Better using the clay with sand. Don't use porcelain. Don't use Max. Okay? Now, you need caliper or ruler and skew and some wooden tools to sculpt it, and knife to cut the wire or knife to cut the clay. First, I would like to talk about the proportion of the clay. If you have that concept, then it will help you to finish in the right proportion. We are not going to do certain persons for that, which is generic. And this is the general rule. If each person, they are varied, so you have to remind that. If you want to do your son or your grandchildren's, then you have to measure that to make it to resemble the picture. This is such a general, okay?
When I know how to do it.
但是
他帮你发了。
我们帮你发，
对。
我这一张他不做，他不做，对，不需要，不需要。哦。I'm going to explain this chart, then a little bit about the skull of the physical of the skull situation like that. And if you want to do it, then today you need a board, you need a skew, a chopstick in the middle to support it. This is just a base, a temporary base. If you want to do a support, something like this, then you need more clay. But we can do it after, later. Okay. So first, in general, we start a circle. I'm just talking about the proportion of the clay. You have the circle, then you cross, divide it in the middle. And here is about 1/3 of here. Draw a line. And using this space 3 times. 1, 2, 3.
Can you repeat that? Can you repeat that one more time?
What? 1, 2, 3. This
From the start.
circle.
Okay.
Then you divide it in half. And this portion you divide it in 3. Actually, everything's in this chart.
Oh.
Then, using this, repeat it for 3 times. So this is about your face, the vertical. Okay? Now, this distance, half of that. It's your eye. Your eyes at this portion. And the other one's 1/3, 1/3, and the 1/3. And here is your eye. If your eye's here, then here is your nose. And this portion, the half of this, is your mouth. That's how this chart is. My drawing is not as good as accurate as this one. Using this one as guideline. So you can see this is the half. 1/2 and a half. And this is the circle. You divide it in the middle, and then that's 1/3, 1/3. This is the 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. Follow? Okay. Now, I draw the line in here and here. this is your eyeball. Then I need to using the scalp to explain, okay? So your eyes have, then you can see our scalp here is surrounded, and also this one go in. So actually, you're using the circle, this is a little bit too much. We need to cut off a little bit for the face. Then this part is rounded. It's your forehead, okay? You can see this part is rounded. Keep that in mind. Follow what I'm saying?
You said rounded?
Yes,
It's rounded.
right.
Okay.
Because when we do the sculpture, then you have to remind, this has to go back a little bit. It's not like we make the whole ball at the beginning. Actually, if you look at this is a circle.
Half a circle?
Yeah. Can you see it?
Half a circle.
This is a circle. But that's at the beginning, the simple way to go with that. If you do now the skull, the bone structure, then that's the easy way to go. You just make one ball and another small ball at the bottom. Okay. So, but then if you make a ball, this is too full. Our human hair is not like that. We need to chop up here, chop up here. Then this is rounded. You can think about that. And this part is rounded as well. Then another thing we need to pay attention is the jar over here is rounded. It's not flat, okay? And also our face is going in and in. So if you look at this one, you see this part is rounded. And this one doesn't have the back, but the whole thing here, our skull is rounded like that. Then eventually we need to cut off something to modify to a human feature. Okay, so then this one, later on when we do it, we will add a little bit more clay or take off something. So that's about the chart helping us to understand the human feature. Then another thing is when we do it, we need to know the high bone, this part, which is this part. This is the widest in here. Our high bone here is this one. We need to pay attention on this one. So with that, and over there, and you go, the face goes in and in, okay? That's how this line is represent. Okay? So now once you understand the chart, you can use this chart as a reference all the time, but we can start to make it. Okay. Then my teacher taught me, says, you have to add the neck. So each person's neck, the height is different. Somebody's like a tomato can, some like a fish can. So some are shorter, some people is taller. Okay, depends on how you want to make it. This is a temporary holder for my neck. I can adjust it, I can trim down this, okay? This is the ball we're talking about, this round stuff. It's about this size is my skull. This a little bit too big, I need to trim it down a little bit.
That's the chin,
That's the lower part.
the lower face.
Yeah, this part. If I don't have enough clay, then I add more. The whole thing is that when you do the sculpture, you add clay or you take out clay for your purpose. So I will recommend you using bending wheel, so you can turn it around, see whether it's easy for you to work with it. Yeah, I need to pound it back here because our face is not round, it's narrow here. So you can see I don't have enough clay here because my proportion, I add this part is not in proportion. So I need to make this rounded. I add more clay in there. Now, I'm using skill to draw from the middle. Then I measured the width of from here to here and in half. If here is the headline you think about, that's about 1/3 from here to there. The wall, the round wall. Then I divide this portion by 3. I'm using the caliper to check. It's about right. So then I divide this in half. I think it's about this size. Yeah. See, from here to here is half. Okay. Now this is my eye going to be here. Okay, now, if we, this is the biggest,
Widest.
this is the width of, from our head, and this is, should be more or less the same. If you measure this,
Front to back should
yeah,
be
the
equal.
front to the
The widest part?
the widest part of my head should be more or less the same as my, this part of the head. The widest of your head is here. Should be more or less the same as the here. Okay. So now, if we go back to this picture, from here to here, we take a little off from here to here. We divided this distance to 5 portions. 1, 2, 1, 2,
6. 1、2、3、4、6。
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the, would you erase that portion? That's about the width of your face. So this portion is your nose. And this is the eyes width. And this your eye. Follow? So you can see from this picture, he's using one third, actually it's another 1/3 here, 1/3. You add then 5 portion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Follow? Okay. Then your ear will be between the eye and the nose. That's your ear. So when I do this, I divide it from here to here to 5 portions. So my eye should be this wide, and this wide. The nose, This is just temporary holder. That's your nose. Okay,
Can you show
for the
us?
eye socket,
Turn around and show us.
for the eye socket, I'm using this tool. Now we have to make this portion out. We have to cut this wide right here. Make a hole in here. Make a hole in here. This is our nose. Okay. So the eye socket is pretty big. Some people just using hand to push in. But then our eyes go in here, so you need to push back a little bit. Okay? Then our forehead and the nose go in a little bit. You need to cut off a little bit. And for men's, this brow is a thicker, I mean more deeper. So you may add a little bit clay in here and also here. Because you look at this, it go in a little bit. Then here, if we add too much clay, we always can take off. Now we have to make the decision of this part. This is our cheekbone. Cheekbone in general from the eye, the ear go back to here, and this part of the widest of our face. Okay.
Yee, can you show us what you're doing for the
I
cheekbone?
need to add on first.
Oh, okay.
So I add this portion. And here's the widest. Now that it's not symmetric, this part is more clay than this. I need to adjust for that. And also, I look at my head. I don't have enough clay on this spot. That's what I said. This part is look like it's like a ball. So I need to take off some of this part to clear out. In the chart, is this part. So from the, see that? You know, this part is let's cut in because we're not like a ball. We have to cut in this part, which is from here to here. We need to, actually my how should I say, my face I need to
No.
and also the jar is from here, go down, from the end of the ear, go down to the cheek. So here I have too much clay. Can you see it? I have too much clay here.
Right.
Then I don't have enough clay in here. I need to add a little bit here and cut off here to make the jawline. Oops. The jawline from the end of the ear go down. So you can see
The end of the year go to the 下巴
券
券。
so my ear will be from the eyebrow to the nose, should be here, somewhere in here. So this ear is, the ear position is paralyzed as my face, like this way.
Okay.
It's not straight line, okay,
Diagonal?
it's sort of kind of, you have to, so
Arrow.
your face is this angle, then your ear should be this angle as well.
Oh.
Got it?
Okay.
Your face is this angle, then your ear has to be this angle. It's not this way. Paralyzed with
straight.
your,
No.
It's the ear at the right in the middle of this part.
from the eyebrow to the nose.
From the
here.
eyebrow.
Between the eyebrow and nose.
Some people has a bigger ear, some people has a little ear.
Right.
But in general, I arrange is from here, from your eyebrow to nose line.
Okay. Is it, I mean, is it like right in the middle of
Yes.
here and
Yeah,
here?
that's why my middle line is here.
Okay,
That's my middle line is over there.
okay.
My middle line. But I need to adjust my jaw now. Okay. Each people, the jawline is a little bit different. Some people square face, The
Yeah.
jawline, this part is
Right.
wider.
Mm-hmm.
Like most female, maybe this part is narrower than the
The man.
long face people. This is narrow.
Mhm.
Round face, this is wider. So
Right.
you have to see that person's feature.
Yours is wider. Men's is wider. Women's. The women's is soft.
Then I need to cut off.
Everybody looks at mine and laughs. She's nearly crying.
Only a mother could love this.
I think it's getting look like my father-in-law.
You're making a self.
Okay, here's my jawline. Okay, now, it's about, this is about the basic, we can smooth out this now. And if you don't have enough clay, then you add some. I can smooth, I can see
Wow, that's
this part is a round
Mm-hmm.
ball.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So, in general, the neck from here down.
a good, yeah,
So, I need to cut in a little bit.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Then I need to add more. I don't have enough. That's why you need a banner. The banister, then you can swim over, see right hand side, left hand side, whether they are the same
Mm-hmm.
symmetric or not. But some people, the head is not symmetric. That's okay.
That's true.
I don't know what you mean.
Ears, some people has a different, the ear is different.
My parents broke his nose in high
Many
school.
people, most people. That's why
I can add more to smooth out. So we have a general structure in, basic structure in here.
Right.
Then we need to work on more detail, okay?
Yee,
Yes,
so when you find that you've got too much clay somewhere, what's the best tool for taking it off?
what's your question?
If you find you have too much clay somewhere,
You just cut off.
with a fettling knife or something? I mean, what tool?
Which tool?
Using anything, this tool or this tool.
Oh, okay.
So when if you have different kind of medium of the clay, using harder clay for inside, soft clay from outside.
Oh.
So you're easy to maneuver. So you can using this to cut off, using this to cut off. Some people just using the dining table knife to do the whole thing without any other tools. And those sculptors, they are so good in the skill, they just, but what I find out, if you know the basic proportion, and this in general is for 2 dimension. Now we have using this guideline for 3 dimension. That's why I added those lines here. So you know, it's become 3 dimension instead 2 dimension. So we go here, this, take off some here, take off some here, because we start with a ball. Ball is full, but our face is not full like a ball. So we need to cut off here and cut off here. So this, now I need to work on the nose. So, and for men, this part is a sticking head more. This part. For female, it's more gentle. So then, when I cut off, everything is very rough. The line is very, and after work for a while, the case becomes harder. Then I need to spray it to help me to easy to maneuver. Okay, now, our nose is narrow, but here we need to take up more clay in here. What I mean is, the connection between the nose and here.
You mean the eyes are too big?
Hmm?
Eyes are too big?
No, it's not too big.
No.
Okay, we're going to work on the eyeball. You make it too rounded. Too round the ball. You stick in. This is a little too big and cut off. Somebody make a big ball and cut it in half and half in. And still a little bit too big.
Too big.
My eyes are maybe not big enough.
Cause you only see part of it, you know.
Yeah. You don't want your eyes protruding out.
You know, you cut
Oh,
the ball. You cut the ball in half, then stick it in. That's what she does.
Oh.
Like that. Then you make a coil to make it here.
Eyelid.
This bridge is too thick. I need to take off some clay. This bridge is narrow. Then depending on each person, some people has very nice nose, some people has this kind of nose, depending on each what you want to make.
So are you working on the eyelid now?
I temporarily
Oh, the nose,
make
okay.
space, work on the nose a little bit, not too much. Then I'm going to work on the eye.
Okay.
make a coil like
对，
press down,
而且我弄
then
了一个
put
大
in
小
here.
大小眼拿出来。没有，这个人是大小眼，你是大小眼。
这是 eyelid 还是 eyebrow？eyelid。
No, this part portion.
Eyelid.
eyelid。
The eyelid.
OK。
这里，在这里。
Then make a smaller one for the ender here. You put the eyeball in here, then you make a coil to make it flat to be here, and make a smaller one in here.
Lower eyelid.
Follow?
下边还有那么一个，下边我
上眼皮跟下眼皮。
上眼皮，下眼皮，下眼皮。
My clay is a little bit too wet, so when I push on, my eyeball changes the shape. You can wait a little bit longer, make the eyeball more. So, and also this part is going in a little bit.
Can you show us?
I work on this, later on I go remodify. So, because depending on this moisture, how much in the clay. Too soft, you push it and it changes the shape.
George Washington.
我觉得像这样哎，这个讲他好像这样。
Looks like a man.
Supposed to be like that one. I didn't know it was supposed to be. 那个 sculpture 也像。
Another thing is this portion.
The neck.
Well, this one's better. You can see from back of the ear, there's a muscle from here, goes to here, okay? So we need to make this part. If you make the head to up to here, then you have to pay attention of this part. This one. So I'm just temporarily put the year mark in there so we know, otherwise I work on that to erase the, forgot where's my year look. This is just a temporary holder. You have to look at the front, they are the same height. Is my ear in the same height, or one is higher than the other one? Then I need to adjust that.
Okay. I think the left one is a bit too high, I mean,
But
bit
I need
higher
to-
than the right.
I'm just, this is just placeholder.
I see.
It's not a really, okay, now. From here. Okay, another thing I need to mention about. In the chart, you see this part? The cross on the chart? That's the place in here. So,
Where? Here?
yeah, this part,
Oh.
the hole in here.
Oh.
So, did I mention 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3? And if you go down 1/3, that's the place. When you do the bust, it's in here. Here, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, and then you go down a third, just here. Okay? My 1/3 is about this. So this one should be longer. I'm just roughly make the coil, not symmetric. The thickness from here is not symmetric because I don't have much time for detail. Okay, so if you do yourself, then try to make symmetric and the same thickness. Okay, now I want to work on the mouse. The mouse here's rounded. You can see here, it's rounded. People at the beginning to do the sculpture on head, usually it's flat. But then after you make it, it doesn't look right, okay? So you have to make sure this portion is rounded. And then go back to this chart. You see this part go back here. So I need to, if this is my mouse, we have this part. Then this one go back. Can you see that? Just go back. Depends on, then the nose has, people has this like that, a ball. Then you can, my ball is not that big. So add a little bit more. This portion. And some people have the nose tip is rounded here. So it depends on each person. You can add a little clay on here, okay? You look at each other. Everybody's nose shape is different. So you depend on each person, you do this, okay? Then you make a hole in here. That's it. That's your nose. Okay, from here to here, if you divide by half, that's your mouth. The position of your mouth. Then the width of your mouth, in general, from the middle of the eye, that's about your mouth. That's where your mouth is located. make a coil on both sides, tailor back. The middle is thicker for the mouse.
middle shape.
这上
Then I'll cut it into half. That's the upper lip. That's the lower lip. And this portion, you cut back 45 degrees. Okay, this one is better. See, you add this portion, I make a coil in here, but the coil is rounded. I need to push back or you cut off about 45 degrees. That's your upper lip. Can you see that here? Some people have very thin lip, some people have thick lip. Then you need to adjust for that.
So one coil for both upper lip and
Yeah.
lower lip?
That's what I do it. Some
Okay.
people using two coil,
Mhm.
then you make two thinner one. But the upper coil is rounded, you have to cut it in half,
Mm-hmm,
then not half, 45 degree up.
right.
So the coil is rounded. You cut in 45 degree up, and the mouse lips go in.
Mm-hmm.
Understand what I'm talking about? Otherwise, your mouse go out like that. That's not. Roughly like that. I can wait a little bit longer. When the clay is a little bit soft, then I remodify it. I'm not very skillful. I always go around, then modify, smooth out, and turn around, look around, then change the shape. Now, I'm going to make it ear. You make it. Make a slab like that. Then you cut. We know the ears is between the eyeball from here to the nose, right? So it's about this. this is about the width of our ear. It's just a piece of clay. I just want to make sure this length is the length from the ear length here. Then I'm going to draw a heart on this. Now I'm going to cut it.
哦，一半耳朵一半。
Then I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to cut the heart in half. So this is my temporary location. Oh, it's a bit too short. My measurement is no good. This is about the right? Where's my other half? Are they more or less in the same height? Some people's ears like that, some people, Obama's ears like that. Some ears like that. So depends on the situation, okay?
这有点像宝宝。
You look like Obama.
Those are good.
你像你发了，
Everyone is good.
而且就发了。
Then some people just make a coil
好像那个姜。
around here. If the place is thick enough, you can carve out. And it's make a C in here.
Oh, okay.
And I like to do a Y in here. You watch each person's ears are slightly different, but this is a very common one. Then here's the ear. Anyway, you can spend time to work on your ear.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
Okay, this is roughly, I'm not going to work on this ear, but this is the way you make an ear.
Good. Well, that was good.
Wow，
做一个细
再贴上去。
细
Then you need to smooth out, you refine it, like this. Some people is narrow face, some people is more fully. You fully face, then you add a little bit more clay. Then some people using the, after it dry a little bit, then you using the, to smooth out. I'm just roughly finished, okay, not really finished. I mean, you need to refine it. After that, you need to smooth out. Then using this to smooth out, then later on using the soft rib to smooth out, to finish up. And the detail, the facial, you can spend hours to refine it. I don't think we'll have enough time for that. This is just the basic stuff. I'm going to tell you, you can go to YouTube to find how to sculpt a head. I like the sculptor. Her name is Tip Tolan.
Okay,
Could you write it down?
Let me clean my hand here.
You made a recognize.
Human.
I'm referring to mine.
Good.
She is wonderful. And if you search for the YouTube, there's a lot of artists. Each artist, their technique is different. So you can, on the YouTube, if you see her work, from old people, young people, skinny, fat, all kind, makes so real. But she teaches the basic stuff. Here, just we don't have enough time to finish the whole thing. If you want to refine it, finish, watch her video. And also, that what she demonstrated to you is a general feature. It's not really a certain person. When I took my sculptor class, our teacher, we have a model in the class, so we have to try to make the head like the model. So what he did was, he using the caliper to measure the distance from each position.
Wow.
Okay? Then that will reflect the feature of the certain person. So when he using big caliber, it's human size. He measured this and then he wrote down on the post. I took a picture of it. If I'm going to do based on this, I can sort of can reflect to that person's face. So if you want to do your children or something, you ask them, you just measure those things. In general, from the ear hole to each point. If you have basically structure there, then you just measure this and adjust it. And also you can use in the picture. Then you use in the picture to measure that, but that is not as good as you using 3-dimension stuff. Okay. So I search on the YouTube, I have a listing of the stuff. Another artist, he using this proportion. She using this proportion. So what I did today, you follow that is pretty helpful. Actually, you should follow her. She is the master. I'm the amateur. And another artist, his name is called Andrew. I have a trouble to using this chopstick. K, G, I, E, H. Andrew Kidding. He using totally different technique. He build a profile first. Nothing here. Just a profile. You search for his name. Then if you have person's profile, he built that first. Then he adding on the jawline, the cheekbone, then he filled up. That's another way to go. It's totally different than what I teach you to demonstrate to you today. She did it the way this way, okay. So that's about it.
Thank you.
Now I can answer your question and look at your stuff, what I can help.